Hello friends, this is Hatim Rampuravala, and in this video we will be covering the concept that when the loan agreement, long-term loan agreement, to be classified as a current liability or non-current liability. So in this, if we see, there are broadly 6 points, which I have divided into 6 points. 6 points, and this concept is covered in Ind AS 1. Ind AS 1. So let's begin. The first case is if the liability is going to be settled in a normal operating cycle, so it would be current. Second, if it is not due within the period of 12 months, means if it is due after the period of 12 months, generally it is non-current. Second is done. Third, we have to always classify the long-term agreement as current only, even if the first condition, means in short we have to classify it as current and not non-current, in which cases first, even if the original period is greater than 12 month, and means if even if the original period is greater than 12 months, but if after the end of the reporting period, say on 31st March 2019, if the loan is due on 30th June 2019, within 3 months from the end of the reporting period, so it would be classified as current even if the long term agreement is was for a period of more than 1 year. And second, agreement to refinance reschedule after the end of the reporting period but before the approval of the financial statement. Means if the agreement to refinance or reschedule the loan has been entered by the entity with the bank after the reporting period, say means if the company is unable to pay its loan, unable to repay, so what the company has does is went to the bank and asked for the refinance or rescheduling of the uh, term loan after the end of the reporting period but before the approval of the financial statement. Even in that case, means at what period the entity has went to the bank after the reporting period, so it will be classified as current, because if the entity would have went before the reporting period, it would have been classified as a non-current assets. So means if it is this case after reporting period but before approval of financial statement, so it will classify it as current. And the exception to this are, means if we read in opposite way, that if the company has went before the reporting period, the company has went before the reporting period to refinance, then it would be classified as non-current. And if it has went up after the approval of any financial statement, so it would be classified as non-current. So means just it is opposite of this. Okay, now we move forward. What I would be doing is attaching this PDF file of this image in the description box. So just refer it once. When if so in question, if you so if you do any question, just fit that question into this chart, into this 6 point, and you will get your answer. So the third point is clear, that it will always be classified current even though normal period is more than 12 months, but if it is due within 12 months. And second is after reporting period but before approval of any financial statement, so it would be classified as current. But in these two cases it will be classified as non-current. Okay, then fourth cases, if the entity has a discretion to refinance, or if the entity has discretion to refinance, uh, or roll over the agreement at least 12 months after the reporting period. If yes, then non-current, means entity can extend the period of loan, means entity has the discretion. And if the entity don't have the discretion, it would classify it as non-current. Simple. Just if the entity has discretion, yes, non-current, no, current. And fifth condition, if in question if it has been given that entity has a potential to refinance after 12 months, so if it has been given potential, it does not make any sense that entity can refinance. So in that case it would always be classified as current. So the point to be noted in the fourth and fifth is that if the entity has a discretion, and if yes, to non-current, no, current, and potential to always non-current, always current. Sorry. So we are done with this 5 points, and the last is simple but yeah little tricky. If there is a breach, if there is a breach of the long term agreement, and when that breach has been occurred before the reporting of the financial statement, so there are in all four cases. uh, Sorry, see, for one case, two, three, and this four, there are in all four cases. So first we see it as कि just remember these things. Okay, if if the lender agrees, so if there is any breach before the reporting period, lender agrees after the reporting period. Just remember this ke before after, so it is after reporting period but before approval of any financial statement, always classified as non current, always not classified as non current. And if it is before end of reporting period, means before the end of the reporting period for at least 12 months. So entity has went to the bank before the end of the reporting period to extend the loan for 12 months, so of course it would be non current. And entities went to the bank before the end of the reporting period, but the loan has been extended for less than 12 months, so if it has been extended for less than 12 months, so it will be current. And if the lender has agreed, means lender has went to the bank after the approval of financial statement, approval of financial statement, so it will always be classified as current. So in simple term, just refer this 6 point, fit the question in this 6 point, and you will get your answer. Thank you.